It is late, and I wonder, when was the last time someone asked you how you were doing, and actually waited, not for the fine, not for the, yeah, just tired, for the real answer, the one sitting somewhere behind your sternum that you have not said out loud to anyone, maybe because you are not even sure what it is anymore. Maybe because every time you come close to finding the words, something in you decides it is not worth the attempt. If that sounds familiar, stay with me tonight. I have been lying here for a while now. The room is dark, the kind of dark where you can see the ceiling but not really see it, just the shape of it. The familiar nothing of it, and there is this weight, not on my chest exactly, more like behind it, like something that followed me home and did not bother to announce itself, just settled in quietly the way it always does, in the space just behind my ribs, in the stillness between one breath and the next. I cannot name it. I have tried. He turned it over on the drive home, and then again in the parking lot before I went inside, and then again while I was brushing my teeth, staring at a face in the mirror that looked like mine, but felt like a photograph of mine. It does not have a name. It just sits. Pause. I went through the whole day today. I showed up. I said the right things at the right times, smiled when smiling was called for, laughed when something was funny, nodded in all the places nodding was expected, and there were moments, small ones, where I almost felt like I was actually inside the room, actually present, actually there, in the way other people seem to be there without having to try. But then the moment passed, and I was back behind the glass. That is what it feels like sometimes. Like there is glass between me and everything happening around me. Everyone moving and talking and existing on the other side of something I cannot see or name or break through. I am there technically. My voice is there. My body is there. But something else, the part that is supposed to feel like it belongs, stays back, watching from somewhere quieter, waiting for something I do not know how to ask for. Pause. I drove home tonight, and the car was quiet, and I did not turn the music on. I just drove, watched the streetlights come and go, one after the other, each one a small yellow circle of light, and then nothing, and then the next one. And somewhere in that drive I thought, I do not know the last time I felt fully inside a moment, not performing it, not standing slightly to the left of myself, watching myself perform it. Just in it, the way I remember being in things when I was younger, before I got so good at showing up without actually arriving anywhere. I sat in the parking lot for a few minutes before going inside, the engine off, the quiet coming in. I do not always know why I do that. I think it is because the car asks nothing of me. In the car, there are no versions of me to be, no tone to maintain, no face to arrange, just the dark and the weight, and whatever this quiet, heavy thing is that I carry around inside rooms where nobody can see it. Pause. There was a dinner a few weeks ago. People I love. Food on the table, light on their faces, someone telling a story that was genuinely funny, and I laughed. A real laugh, not a performed one. Even inside the laugh, there was a distance, like I was a few inches behind my own face, watching myself laugh, watching myself reach across the table, watching myself be someone who was having a nice time, who was fine, who was easy and present and together. I am good at fine. I have been good at fine for so long that people have stopped checking. Long enough that I have stopped checking too, sometimes. Long enough that fine has started to feel like the truest thing about me, even when I know, somewhere quieter, that it is the least true thing. Pause. Nobody asks what is underneath the fine, and I do not blame them for that. I would not know how to answer. It is not sadness exactly, not anxiety exactly. It is more like a dimming, like someone turned the brightness down inside me a long time ago, and I cannot find where the setting lives. Like the frequency is still there, still humming, but the signal is weak and I keep waiting for it to clear, and it does not. It just stays low. Underneath everything, underneath the fine and the showing up and the laughing at the right moments, I tried to explain it once. Sat across from someone who cared, someone who was genuinely trying to understand, and I started. Watched their face as they listened, watched them wait for the part that made sense, the part with a cause, a reason, something to point at and say there, that is the thing. I stopped halfway through, said I was just tired. They nodded and we moved on, and I felt the familiar sound of a door closing that I had barely opened. Pause. And I am still here, still lying here in this dark room with the weight behind my ribs and the thing I cannot name in the ceiling that is just a shape in the darkness. It has not gone anywhere. I have not fixed it. I am not going to fix it tonight, but I am still here, and that is the whole of it right now. Just still here. Pause. I notice my jaw first. It has been tight all day and I did not realize until this moment, lying here in the quiet. There is a small ache right at the hinge of it, where the back teeth meet. I let it soften, not forcing it, not trying to make anything happen, just noticing that it is allowed to let go a little, and it does, just slightly. Just enough. Something releasing at the joint of it, like a door that was never meant to be held shut finally. Remembering it does not have to be. My shoulders are somewhere up near my ears. I did not notice that either. I let them drop just a little, just the smallest permission, and they fall back toward the bed. And something in my neck unwinds with them. A quiet release, like something that has been bracing for the next thing. Finally remembered that there is no next thing tonight. There is only this room, this dark, this stillness that is asking nothing. Pause. My chest. I breathe into it slowly. Not a deep breath, nothing dramatic, just a breath that travels a little further than the last one did. The weight is still there. I am not pretending it is not, but underneath the weight there is also just chest, rising, falling, doing what it has always done without my help. All day it kept going, through every room, every version of me I had to be, every moment I showed up without feeling present. It just kept going quietly underneath all of it. It did not ask me to figure anything out. It just kept going. My hands are resting open near my sides. I notice them without moving them, the warmth of them against the sheet, the slight weight of them. They are not holding anything right now. These hands did things today, typed things, held things, opened doors, waved at someone in a corridor, who waved back. They carried today the same way the rest of me did, quietly, without anyone seeing how much the quiet cost. Pause, my belly, rising, falling. I am not controlling it, it just moves on its own. It knows what to do even when I have forgotten how to know things. There is something almost strange about that the body just continues, that it does not need me to have any answers in order to do the most basic thing. In, out. It does not wait, it does not ask, it just keeps going, and I let it. My legs are heavy now, heavy the way things get when they have been carrying weight all day, and they are finally allowed to set it down. I let them sink into the mattress, into the stillness underneath me. They do not need to go anywhere tonight. Neither do I, and my feet at the far end of everything, far from the jaw, far from the chest, far from all the rooms I moved through today, just resting, quiet, at the edge of the body where the body ends and the night begins. Pause. I want to say something to my body before I drift. I want to say, I know today was a lot. I know you carried more than what showed on your face. I know you smiled when smiling took everything you had and held yourself together in rooms where you felt invisible and kept going when keeping going felt like moving through something thick and slow that nobody else could see. You did all of that, every single part of it, quietly, without anyone noticing how much it took, without anyone knowing what was underneath the fine. And you are still here. Pause. That is enough. That has always been enough. Pause. The room is the same room. Nothing has changed. Nothing needed to. The weight is still here, but it is resting now, somewhere beside me rather than inside me, like it is tired too, like it has agreed, just for tonight, to lie down. My breath is slowing on its own, and I notice that without trying to make it happen, it is just happening. The way things do when you finally stop holding everything at once, when you finally let your hands open and stop gripping. Pause. Still here. The thoughts are softer now, not gone, just further, like voices in another room that I can hear but cannot make out the words of. They are there. They can stay there. I am not solving anything tonight. I am not going to find the name for the weight, or understand the glass, or figure out why the parking lot feels safer than the room. I am just going to lie here and let the breath do the one thing it has never once needed my help to do. Pause. Still here. Pause. My jaw is soft. My shoulders are low and heavy. My hands are warm and open against the sheet. Somewhere in the body, something is releasing, something it did not even know it was holding. And I am not going to look at it too closely. I am just going to let it go in the dark, where nothing needs to be seen or named or understood. Pause. Still here. Pause. And somewhere between this breath and the next one, pause and that,